Now, I don't have the sound on, the audio on, because there's music playing and I don't want no copyright issues.
It's time to tell it like it is.
The majority of the comments are proving how failed so many people are when it comes to the most important part of human life. The most important part of human life is the life that we create. Doing a good job creating people. That's the most important part of human life. Doing a good job creating people. When I say creating people, I mean parenting. That's my way of referring to parenting, creating people. How we create people is how this world is going to turn out. You do a great job creating great people, they will do great things. It's that simple. It's that simple. If you're teaching them hate and they grow up to hate people, they grow up to do violent things, they grow up to be terrorists or whatever the case may be. You've raised them that way. You've taught that to them. Some people are intentionally out here teaching their children incorrectly, teaching their children to be violent, to do the wrong things. Now, I know a whole lot of you parents will think negatively. You will stand strongly against those who are intentionally teaching their children to be hateful and racist and all these other horrible things in this world. You will disagree with that. That there are parents that are intentionally teaching their children to be hateful and be violent and do all these things. But you as a parent, if you are subjecting your child to physical violence, you are just as bad as these other people. The only thing that physical discipline teaches our children is that it is acceptable to respond with physical violence when you don't get the desired results. They see this from you. You want them to do a certain thing. You want them, instead of having a conversation with them, and don't try to talk about, oh, well, there's been plenty of conversation, and then they don't listen, then you got to. No, you have to find a different way of getting through to them. That's good parenting. Why is it so difficult for so many people to understand that? The same exact way, your child, many children, and even grown adults in this world can be so easily influenced by different things in this world. Whether it's an advertisement, whether it's social media, whether it's some famous celebrity, whether it's whatever it is. They can be so easily influenced. They can be so easily encouraged to go one way or another because of something that they saw. Something that had an effect on. As a parent, your job is to be the biggest influence, the greatest influence over that life that you've created. Be a greater influence than social media and their friends out in the streets and all these many other things in this world. That is the extremely important responsibility of parenting. You should have the greatest influence over that life that you've created. That's how you discipline. And I know it's a whole lot more to it than just saying just that I just stated. But please understand, this is why it's so extremely important to make sure you're prepared. You have the discipline yourself and the patience yourself to parent somebody. If you don't, then don't have any daggone children. It is very important. If you've done a great job raising your children, then you don't have to worry about the things they're going to do or how they're going to change as they become adult, as they get out here in this world and do things on their own. You don't have to worry about, you don't have to be concerned if they're going to go and turn to a life of crime. Or that won't be a concern if you've been a great parent, if you've parented correctly. No hesitation to go and comment. Stay in the comments, but be afraid to have a real discussion about this stuff. Important discussions. Stay in the comments. Don't want to join me for a video discussion about this. This is where it starts. This is how we get to the bottom of things. This is how we make positive change. We can't read each other's minds, my people. Of course, it has to start with discussion. Right here. That's what I expect. That's what I'm trying to accomplish with Harvey Rants. We will have discussions that will influence and encourage the necessary actions that will ultimately create these positive changes for our people. If you truly care to see a positive difference for us, then subscribe to change. Subscribe to being better people. Subscribe to having these conversations with me. Let's have these discussions.